This is Friday Saturday. Yes, that's his real name, don't judge it. A little fun fact about Friday is that he likes to wear women's underwear. Yes, women's underwear. He lives in a little old town named Riverside. He watches TV like everyone else. He enjoys having a snack on some cabbage like everyone else. He works a 9 to 5 at Spiffos like everyone else. They may wonder what this average guy does in the zombie apocalypse. Well, this is the story of Friday Saturday. Friday wakes up, head pounding from whatever he did last night. It's a cold, foggy day, so he has to go and grab a hoodie so he doesn't freeze. Now, a normal person would have a pair of trousers in the drawer, but he doesn't. He wants more room to store his bras. Yes, his bras. Everyone will laugh, but he's an average guy, okay? He's an average guy. So don't ask me again, he is an average guy. I'm sick of the questions. Okay, I know what you're all thinking. Stop. He is an average guy. And because he's an average guy, he grabs his meat cleaver to go to work with. And because he's a normal guy, he also takes down his curtains and turns them into a bag. Because he can't afford a bag because he's working at Spiffos. And Spiffos doesn't pay their employees. Now you may be wondering why he's turning his curtains into a bag and why he's carrying a handy knife and a meat cleaver. Well, it's because he's an average guy. And an average guy needs average things to carry around in his average life. And because he's average, he's going to go rob a house. Because he's an average guy, he's a normal average guy. And because he's such an average and normal guy, he closes the window behind him so nobody can see what happens. He walks in and finds a dead body. Now you may think a normal person would call the police straight away. No, because he's such an average person, he loots the body for trousers. Now you'd also think that he would catch on that something's going off in the world and why his neighbour killed himself. No he doesn't. He continues to rob his neighbour without even thinking that it's anything to do with a zombie apocalypse. He also steals his gun. And again, just to reiterate, he's a normal guy. When he puts on some random guy's jeans, he asks himself, why is he robbing someone's house? Why is he? Now, it could either be because he's schizophrenic, but he also feels like a big man is controlling him with a keyboard and mouse. That's a lie. He's just schizophrenic. He then proceeded to rob every one of his neighbours. This is because he has a thrill of robbing people. He's been like this since he was a little boy. He used to go to the random corner shops and just rob them blind. Nothing of value. He just got the thrill of robbing people and he enjoyed it so much that when he grew up, he ended up robbing all his neighbours, holding a meat cleaver. And to add insult to injury, he used the pencil he stole from his neighbours to mark the houses he's robbed and his own. And once again, he is just an average guy who is normal and sane. When he headed into the bathroom, he found the holy grail of everything he's ever searched for, a shower cap. He instantly puts it on, ready for the day. He knows he can face the world. He also stole one of his neighbour's lunches, a beef patty. He doesn't question why there's just a beef patty left in the oven. He just enjoys munching down on it and leaves the house. Whilst he's leaving, he has a strange feeling that something's outside. He goes to investigate and spots a woman standing there. Now, he doesn't actually know if there's a zombie apocalypse going on. He just goes to the woman and starts beating her senselessly with a metal pipe. And by now you should all know, he's a normal guy and he's average. When he went to go rob the next house, he saw there was a group of people inside. He turned away, not wanted to get involved, and let them do their own thing. This did make him very disappointed, but he went straight to the next house with no hesitation. He saw the door was locked. Now you may ask, how's he going to get in? He grabs his melt bar and slams it against the window, smashing the window instantly. He plucks the piece of the glass out the window so it don't go into his hands as he climbs through. And I just want to make it clear, he's a normal fella, enjoying a normal life. But then he hears a smash at the window. He goes to investigate and sees people crawling through. Now, he starts to actually realise, holy crap, something's going off. I may actually get caught. He's not the brightest of them all. He really isn't. He got an IQ of 52, and he still thinks that's high. He beats all of those people to death. And once again, he doesn't know they're zombies. He just decides to beat them all to death. He leaves and sees more people. He beats them to death. He still doesn't know they're zombies, and he still beats them to death. Because he's an average guy doing average things, and you need to stop questioning because he's an average guy doing average things, okay? So stop questioning his motives. It takes ages to beat this one to death, but when he finally does, he sees another one. He decides that maybe, just maybe, he should stop killing people and climb the wall. When he jumps over, he realises how unfit he is, as he's out of breath. He crouches down, so hopefully no police will catch him while he's escaping. He runs to a car to see if he can use it as an escape vehicle, and realises there's no key in there, because normal people don't leave their keys in the car. And of course he knows this, because he's a normal person himself. When he jumps out of the car, someone tried to grab him. He weaves him, and tries to put on the digital watch he stole from the car. Because he gets sick of being chased, he went into the forest area to try and lose him. He doesn't lose him, he just slows him down. He runs through the residential area, trying to make sure the police don't catch up to him. He goes through multiple different gardens and tries to break into every single house he goes by. He doesn't get into any of them. He starts to beat a woman down with his metal pole. Yes, he still doesn't know it's a zombie apocalypse. When he jumps into this little white car, he finds an annotated map, and he thinks to himself, Hallelujah! Hallelujah! Because he thinks he can go rob this house. He doesn't ever come back to this map, because he completely forgets it. But it does remind him of West Point. West Point is this little old town. Well, it's not a little town. It's a pretty big place. And he remembered something from the days when he used to do travel tourism in his old school. Some mansions in the residential areas. These 3 mansions were cut off from the rest of West Point. They were hidden in the forest and isolated from everyone else. And he wanted to rob them. He also found a car with petrol in and a key. Clearly people aren't as bright as you'd first think. He has pretty low petrol, so he decides to go to the petrol station by Spiffos. He hated this petrol station because he wanted to explode it. Because he's a normal guy with normal thoughts. When he's driving through the car park, he thinks to himself, hold up, why are there so many people out? And why do they look like something from The Walking Dead? He still doesn't think they're zombies. And yet, he does this. Now you might think, maybe he's caught on that there's zombies. No. He was just smiling and just ramming his car into a bunch of people in his head. And then he goes to beat some random poor guy who survived it. And just so everyone knows, he is a normal guy. An extremely normal guy. And I forgot to mention, he's blind as a bat. So when he went to go rob the petrol station, he got jumped by a bunch of people to him. And what does he do? He went to a massacre, killing everything that moves. And yet he still decided to go into the police station. Thankfully for him, no police were still alive. They were all zombies. But this is where he finally realises something's off. He gets bitten by a woman. And not in a kinky way. He just gets bitten by a woman. But he doesn't know he didn't get bitten. He just got scratched. But in his 52 IQ mind, he thinks he got bitten. And definitely not the narrator misremembering something. Now, his actual robberies came in use. A bandage he stole from someone's medical cabinet. He wrapped around it. And in a massive panic, he went on a hunt for a shower cap. That was the biggest fear of his life. He then just goes around searching for a car. He looted Spiffos to get his uniform. But we cut all that because it was boring and he did nothing. He found a van that had a key and petrol in. So he drove that to the petrol station to fill up. This will be his trusty steed. While he's driving it to the petrol station and starts filling up the van, he thinks, hold up, these people seem a bit zombie-ish. So now he's starting to catch on. It's a zombie apocalypse. No, he doesn't. He just thinks there's a fever going around. But now he's more cautious. This is a good thing. So he takes a car and goes to kill more zombies. This is really strange attitude from him. Because he is a normal guy. And in normal guy fashion, he recreates a scene from The Walking Dead, where he guides all the zombies around with his car. This was a stupid mistake from him. He got trapped in this car and had to run for his life. And if you're wondering how, the engine gave in. Yes, Who would have thought the engine would have given after slamming so many zombies with the engine? It's ridiculous. Who would have ever thought of it? You could say it's bizarre. Wait. That was quite bizarre, to be fair. But he runs down to the shopping area. I actually don't know the name of this area, but it's the place where the little everything store is. He just runs around trying to find a car and runs back to the petrol station to fill up his van. That's about it. He looks at this poor innocent zombie. But he still thinks there's a person and beats him to death. But he sees too many people and he gets a bit worried because he thinks, maybe they're gonna get the police on me. So he stamps all the heads in, like the sweet pie he is. I was just gonna let you all suffer through this fight that takes an obnoxiously long time, but I didn't. Because I'm a nice person. Just like Friday, Saturday. He drives the van just like a noble steed back in the medieval times. And he definitely doesn't reckless drive. And I just want to remind everyone, he has no clue there's an apocalypse. He just drives in the middle of the road because he feels like driving in the middle of the road. So what? You got a problem with that? Take up with him. I'm sure he'll be perfectly fine with that. Because he's a perfectly normal person, in a perfectly normal town, doing normal things as a normal guy with a normal sanity. And as a normal guy, he wants to go rob a tool shop because he's a normal guy, running into people as a normal guy, wanted to rob a store. I just hope everyone knows that he's a normal guy. I hope everyone knows this. But this is one of the best parts of the episode. It's shopping time! In all my years of Project Zomboid, I think that's one of the worst tool shops I've seen since one of the original builds. That was horrific. Oh, I mean, he thought it were. Yeah. But anyway, he jumps back in his noble steed, running over a couple of speed bumps from the road. He questions what they are, but he doesn't worry about it. Because why would he? That's not normal. He's a normal guy, doing normal things. And you want to know what makes him even more normal? He stops to see this awesome van. You see that? See that cool transition? Yeah, worked hard on that. Yeah. Oh, he goes home? No, he drives away. He drives towards the school. I hope. Ooh, he spots somewhere. Hold on, let me find the script. He stumbles across a survivor's old home. He grabs his trusty crowbar to break inside, so we can see the contents. But a flock of zombies attack him. He jumps out with his weapon like a knight and begins to fight. Oh crap! He begins to loot the building. He walks inside to try and find stuff, but we skipped out because it's boring. He found nothing at all. So he decides to wrap it up. He heads back to his van, sees some pests, ignores them because why would he bother with such stupid fools? So he just runs them over. I'm starting to think he may know the zombies, but I also am doubtful of that, based on the way he drives directly into a bin.